Just listen to that. That's the power lines that I've stood underneath. It's 6:10 on Saturday morning. It's day 35 and we've just got dropped off by our Uber. Literally in the middle of nowhere. And we're just making our way back to the trail. 6:10 is by far our earliest start collectively. It's very misty this morning as well, and quite chilly, which I'm sure will be a nice change from the last few days. So we got a good night's sleep last night. It was very nice, and the guy at the hotel, the motel, is absolutely brilliant. He even said this morning he was stood waiting outside this morning, and he was even sort of like, "Oh, you should have told me you were going back to trail at this time. I would have driven you. I would have driven you." He said, "If you want, if we knew you were coming, me and my wife would have come and picked you up as well." So a really nice guy. And it's sunny, like a 5-7 minute drive from the trail, or from Agua Dulce as well. So yeah, we should have done that. There you go, there's the pesky power lines making all the noise. And then down here kind of looks like maybe a, don't know, junkyard, truck park. Loads of cars down there, old school buses, trucks, trailers. And there's a centipede. Oof. This is not what the desert is supposed to be like. So it's a little after 9 a.m. We've got a good start today. We've got a really good start, but we've not beat any heat. That was the whole point. It was to beat the heat, and there's been no heat to beat. Instead, we've just been walking in a cloud bank all morning. It's been cold. It's been wet. It's like a constant change between like a fine mist blowing in the wind and then like light to moderate drizzle, if I can describe it like that. But it's just constant as well. It's not too bad down here, but when you're up on the ridges and little higher elevation, there's a pretty strong wind as well, or a pretty decent wind that's making things difficult. I've had my gloves on and I've had to take them off because I think they're basically making my hands colder. So they get wet, and then just the wet just makes your hands feel even colder. So at the moment I haven't got a great deal of feeling in my finger ends. I think I'll have to possibly think about getting some better gloves, some warmer gloves. It's a problem I've got. My fingers are always pretty bad, even in the winter when I'm at work at home. I can be out on delivery for like 10 minutes and then I can't feel my fingers. So, yeah. Big fungus thing. But I'm just working my way down to a little paved road now. Probably wait there for Centipede to catch up. She stopped to get some water. I said I wanted to keep moving so I could try and stay warm. So this is pretty much what it's looked like all morning so far. Just endless cloud. I kind of hope that we drop out of it or that it warms up, because, well, it's just like walking at home, to be honest with you. And I can go and do that anytime I want. Nah, it's obviously going to pass. But it would be nice to be a little bit warmer for sure. Just after 10 a.m. This is the kind of thing that cheers you up, basically, when you most need it. I've talked before a couple of times about the trail provides, and when you're down and you just get a little surprise. Just come down this little path from crossing that paved road I said about. And this is down here. It's not marked on the map as being here, it's just a complete surprise, basically. I know it doesn't look much, but a couple of chairs, a trash can, a cache of water, a sun lounger, stroke stretcher, and then this stuff in here, disinfectant wipes, a big cache of water, some Ziploc bags. That's whoever's maintaining this, the Trail Angel. That's their Venmo, so you can donate to them. And then in here we've got Cliff Bars, looks like coffee sachets, tuna, Knorr rice sides, and then some first aid bits in the back there.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Right, it's a little after 11 o'clock. I've just tried clipping my microphone to my pouch where I keep it, and basically my fingers aren't working. So I'm just holding it in my hand. If you're wondering what that is in front of me, it's Centipede in a very fetching poncho.
I think it's pretty fetching.
She looks like a giant floating yellow cloud. Just turn to the side. Yeah, that's lovely. We've said it's not going to last long either because it's getting caught on all the bushes and stuff. So, but she seems to like it. The cloud is kind of thinning a little bit, maybe. He says hopefully. But it's still kind of drizzly and cold. The good thing is that we're not quite as high as we were this morning. We've dropped a good amount. And the trail's actually been real nice recently as well. Just kind of the same thing that I'm on at the moment. Just twisty and turns and little ups and downs. There's a lack of water on this section. So I haven't drunk much today at all so far because it's just been too cold. Centipede filled up at the last water source a few miles back, and the next one I'm pretty certain that's actually marked on the map as a water source is going to be a fire station again, and you have to go around the back to the residential part where the spigot is and use that. I think it's around the Green Valley area. So we're trying to get there. If we do, that's going to mean about a 21 mile day, I think. But because we started so early, we've actually got a good head start on the day. So it might work out well for a change. There is also like a little store, and I think it's a smokehouse at Green Valley, which does like hot food and things like that. So we're kind of thinking we might be able to make that for an evening meal, hopefully. We'll see how things pan out. But yeah, the cloud isn't clearing, it's just come back in again. It's just drifting with the wind. It's strange because it's not even like we're at a really high elevation. If we were at like 7,000 feet or something like that, I could understand it. But we're nowhere near that. So it's not all glamour on the PCT. Because it's cold, wet and windy, this is what we've been reduced to at lunchtime. We're basically sat under this bush, which is offering some protection from the wind. We've got a couple of mats on the floor to put stuff on and to sit on. And then basically it's just do what you can. Yeah, basically hobos, I think. But still, this is the first kind of sit-down break we've had this morning. So it's actually quite nice. Well, it is around 1 PM, something like that. Weather's not improved, but I'm going to be honest with you. Now that I've warmed up a bit, I'm starting to see, or should I say I'm starting to appreciate just how nice it is seeing the desert like this. Like, if you remember, quite near the start, we were asking what these things were, and a lot of people said they're wild cucumbers. Now just look how big they are up here and how spiny. That thing's crazy. That looks like one of those floating mines from World War II. And you can just see, it's like every plant you walk past on this section of the desert, in weather like this, there's loads of them. Everything is like, it's almost like it's designed to retain moisture so it can be used. So you see all these flowers. I'm not sure if this one's called Indian paintbrush or not, but it's quite a vivid red, reddy orange. Everything that you walk past, there's just moisture sort of like clinging to it. And it's just really, really nice to be able to see that after walking through the literally dry desert for so long. And just seeing the contrast. We're just wondering whether it's like a different variety of that wild cucumber that's growing up here, or whether it's due to the fact that this area gets more moisture, so they can just grow bigger. Don't know, but it is interesting, definitely, or it is to me anyway. And these plants as well, you can even see. It probably won't come out on the camera because of the low light, but you can see the new growth on them. It's a lighter colour than the rest of the plant. So now I've got the use of my hands and fingers back. Things are a little bit more enjoyable. Plus, I did read somebody's comments on the app. So just as an aside, on the Far Out app that we use, the navigation app, there's a lot of things marked on there. Oh, you look at these things as well, sorry. There's a lot of things marked on there, and you can go into it and you can like click into each thing and read about it. Sometimes it'll just say stuff like cross a dirt road or cross a paved road, but then each thing has got a little section where you can make notes yourself if you want to put any notes in there for yourself, or people who've been to that point can actually put comments on, which is really useful for water sources. So like if you get to a stream and it's dry, you can actually go in and you can comment whatever, this stream's dry, no flow, you know, and the date, and that helps hikers behind you. But my point of that story was, sorry I got sidetracked, I looked at the Green Valley Smokehouse down here and the comments about that, and everybody is raving about it, saying it's a great stop. Yes, it's a little bit off trail. I think it's at least a mile to walk down to it. But somebody, the last little comment I saw said that the macaroni and cheese or mac and cheese was so good that they had to have 2 servings of it. Now, that's one of my kind of comfort food dishes that I enjoy. And I'm not going to lie, I could probably eat a bowl of that right now. So that does sound good. So we've had a little workout, and we think if we keep going at a decent pace, we should be able to get down there, either walk or hitch down to the smokehouse. We've checked they're not closing till 8:30 p.m, so we should be able to get something to eat and then hopefully get back to the trail and find somewhere to camp before it's like pitch black. So that's the plan we're aiming for. I also forgot when I was shopping yesterday on my resupply, I also completely forgot to buy anything for breakfast for the next week. So I could do with getting to the grocery store that's down there, if it's still going to be open, and just getting something that I can eat first thing in the morning. The things you forget, the things I forget. This cloud is still down, as you can tell. It's still plaguing us. I was hopeful it was going to lift this morning, but I think, to be honest, it's probably going to be like this all day now, and there's a chance possibly even tomorrow as well. By the time we reach the road to get to this smokehouse, we're going to be at around 3,300 feet elevation. So it's certainly not a high elevation compared to what we've been at. This is the face of happiness, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not.
The rain has basically turned into rain, so it has gotten heavier. It's kind of eased off in the last minute, which is why I've got the camera out, and there's a little bit of a view down into that valley there. But we're still going. It's probably something like 3 or 3:30 p.m, I'm guessing. We've seen quite a few tents set up. I think people have given up for the day and just decided to call it quits. But we're not giving up, are we?
No.
No, that wasn't quite as emphatic as I wanted, but never mind. It looks like that's the trail that we take down there and winding its way down the hillside. So we are dropping out of the cloud, hopefully, but it is still raining and it doesn't look like the sun's coming out anytime soon. All I want to do is have a big fat cup of coffee at the moment, to be honest with you, and that's awaiting us at Green Valley. So I think we're probably going to carry on for that, are we?
Yes.
Yes?
I want some soup.
Someone's got a soup addiction, which I've been joking is an old person's food.
No,
It's not really, but
no, it's not.
yeah, anyway. I better put this camera away because it's starting to rain again. So onwards and downwards for us, for me and the yellow peril here in front of me. Good evening, folks. Well, haven't videoed for a little bit, basically because it's been really cold and wet. That's the main reason. We made it to the road at Green Valley, and we were walking down to the smokehouse to get something to eat, and a guy pulled over and just shouted, "Do you want to ride?" So we obliged. Got to the smokehouse, there was a few other hikers in there. Had some really nice food. I'm really sorry, I would have videoed, but I literally just completely forgot about it. That was it. I was too preoccupied with food and coffee. And then the really nice guys at the smokehouse gave us a ride back up the trail, or back up to the trail, to the fire station, which is apparently the in-place to camp around here. And we've got, he even showed us where there's like a really nice secret flat spot at the back. So we've got set up there. The weather hasn't changed. It's still cold, wet and cloudy. Tomorrow apparently is going to be the start of the sunshine, and it's going to be in the 30s next week. That's degrees C, not Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. So we've done about 21 miles today, I do believe, which has been absolutely brilliant, pushing through all that horrible weather. Really pleased with it. We've actually got in front of the plan that Centipede made for us. So we've got a nice little head start on ourselves tomorrow. So even though I've had 4 cups of coffee already, I'm going to have another one right now. And probably something else to eat because I'm still hungry. And that's probably it for today. That's not a bottle of beer, by the way. That's a bottle of root beer that the guys at the smokehouse gave Centipede. And she's going to share that with me, aren't you? Right, we need to have a chat. I'm going. See you on the next one, guys.